Yep.
Supposed to ask that before you come in.
Well, but I would have turned around.
Okay, we're back on at 11:15.
Okay, a lot has changed from 11:30, November 30th, and to today. Looking through your proposals, there's significant changes. And one of the most important articles of them all, which would be discipline, we cannot accept your proposal as is written today. It's just not something that was proposed up until today. All of a sudden today, you got all these proposals that are revisions, and so.
Discipline article didn't change.
Article 9?
Yeah, we didn't change anything on that. It was exactly the same as it was on the 30th. There's no change. Most everything is the same, the only change was
Well,
just
then
agreements.
who created these changes? Was it you or was it, who did it?
I prepared the document, so point out where you think it's different. I thought I pointed out all the ones where I
No, you
had
did.
in mind.
So, and it's not exactly the same, because you're either trying to do something sneakily, or you
Show me
just
something.
avoid this.
Tell me where to look.
Okay, well, on 11:30, you had struck out the entire section A.
Right?
You rewrote B, and that's the only revision I see. I see on C, D, E, F. I do see something on G that references safety violations.
We have all of these stricken out here.
Okay, on your proposal today, you struck out the words "without just cause." You struck out the sentence that says "just cause is established." You struck out,
Wonder if this is in. So I think what
Let's
happened,
see.
you think we're
Some
having
of
to
those-
tell the truth when there's no difference between 11:30.
no,
Easy
There is.
job.
no, this
So
is just
it's
a type, so
Easy
here's
job.
what happened. When we
Well, I gotta
went,
go. I mean, it's just, the credibility is just going from bad to worse.
no, the intent was it not to be different than the second version that we came back with on the 30th. Because on the first version on the 30th, we had taken all the just cause stuff out. And then you told us that we needed to come back and give you a version of the document that absolutely we couldn't live without. You said, we want, and you gave us your proposal. So we went back and we did change that. So there were two versions of the document given to you on the 30th. One that had all the just cause stuff stricken, and one then that we came back with again and said, okay, here's a second version of it. So I think some of that,
Can you show me the other proposal from 11:30? Because,
Well, I've got, on 11:30,
All right, well-
okay, first of all,
let me just get this straight. Which proposal are we supposed to be considering today?
the one that we handed you today,
This one?
yeah.
Okay, that's a change from 11:30. That's a change from the ones that you did. Okay, so we can't live with that. So what that means is we can't send it to a vote, because this is just completely unacceptable. So if you're willing to stick with what you actually presented on 11:30 at the end of the part
The
of
version that we had, where we had the
with
asterisk,
all your little stars on there,
okay.
then that might be something that, we could provide to our members to vote on. I'm not recommending it, in fact, we're going to be doing contrary, but at least we can put it out there for the vote, see what happens.
So, unless you have your own note on it, can you hand me your document for 1 second? Just, that's less than a second. Okay, so in A, all of A is stricken, which includes the clause regarding just cause, right? You're okay with that? That's the one you're,
I'm not okay with any of it, Jim, but what I'm asking you is, what is your proposal? And if that's your proposal today, then there would be more likely that we'll be willing to put this out to a vote.
all right.
But if it's a proposal that's in this document,
So
we're
point out,
not going to put it out to a vote.
list the other ones that you want us to take a second look at.
second look at it. I'm just telling you what will.
Well, identify, tell me which ones you found that you think are inconsistent, and we'll tell you whether or not we could live with what we handed you on the 30, or whether our new revision to it.
Everything that's in this document that you gave to me with the stars on there, is
Okay.
what our understanding was what your proposal was.
Let me see
And that was the proposal that we were entertaining to put out to vote on.
All right,
So if whatever's different in this document that's in that document, I don't.
This was the second version of what we gave you on the 30th. This was what we came back with. The initial version on the 30th is what he re-gave you today. That's the issue. It's not that there were two documents presented on the 30th, so I just want to be clear that I know what you're talking about now, but they were both presented on the 30th.
so you'll TA on all those?
What I'm saying is that we might present this to the members.
You can't present it.
At least for,
You can't present it unless we get a signed document. right?
well, it'll be signed subject to ratification.
Yeah, of course, that's what the statute says. So you have to have a signed document to submit for ratification. All right, so you'll sign off on those?
At least on Article 9 just code. I don't know what other differences are, because I couldn't just have 70 for honest.
Well, I'm talking about the document we handed you on the 30th. Will you sign off on that?
To put it to a vote. That's what we're prepared to do
I
today.
think the only change that we made today that we were adding to the end of that was the intent, was the grievance article. There, we did add some language, and I think we covered that while I was out of the room earlier about the past practice, but other than that, I don't,
No, the only other thing I think I did was because it struck the language regarding just cause, is I searched for the word just cause and deleted it elsewhere. Because if you're not gonna have just cause, you're not gonna have it referred to elsewhere, right? What's the point of referring to it if it's already been stricken?
Well, we're not agreeing to it being stricken.
Well, you did, I thought you just told me that you're okay with that, the striking of all of paragraph A. That includes striking the language may suspend, demote, discharge, or take other disciplinary action for just cause.
The subject, the title of the article is discipline for just cause. In C, it says, discipline is presumed proper, i.e. that just cause is established. At the end of C, when appealing discipline, the burden of proof on the employee is established that the discipline was without just cause. So, just cause certainly does exist in there, and in several different references. Of course, the previous version, or the version that you gave us today, had strike-throughs to all those, which we're not willing to agree to. So,
Yeah, because if you strike it in paragraph A, then that means it's gone. So any other reference to it should have come out.
well, we're not agreeing to striking just cause in this contract. But that's what your intent is, we're not agreeing to it, we're not gonna put it out for a vote, never.
All right,
Okay?
other than Article 9, what else you have?
I'm asking you, you're the one that gave me this document on the 30th, and you're the one that gave me this document today. So what other things did you throw in there that weren't
well,
in
there
there
was
on the 30th?
what happened was, like I said, it was the first version that was given to you on the 30th had this, that this was the way that was. Then we came back and you said, you sort of asked us to go back and say, okay, well, we're prepared to do a status quo, what must you have? So we came back with the must-haves, and I think that at that point.
Well, actually, we never asked you that, you provided it.
Okay. And when we did that, I think that some of this was changed back to the way it is.
Okay, well,
way
the question
second
is, what other things do you have
Okay.
a question about? And my response is, I have no idea, they're both
So
good
I-
documents,
and
so
I
why don't you
think-
tell me what you've changed?
I think the only other thing then would be
Oh.
the grievance article. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's,
So is this in your 1130 document?
Well, no, so there's some differences today, which we did
Exactly.
go through
Mhm.
this morning, Jim went through those.
I pointed those out.
Those we pointed out this morning, which we know were different than anything that you've seen before. So that was the only thing that was different from anything that was presented on the 30th, was the stuff in the grievance article.
So what did you change in the grievance article in today's proposal that wasn't in the 1130 proposal?
in paragraph
I don't have any A's, or B's, or C's, you changed all
A.
four.
First paragraph, I added paragraph. A grievance shall be defined as the first paragraph of the grievance article.
You want to strike that out, the definition of a grievance?
I handed you the language that's new.
Wait,
They didn't say anything about just cause, just past practice. Am I missing
I'm
something?
not talking about just cause. You asked me what language changed from the 30th to today.
Okay, earlier though.
Paragraph A changed, I pointed that out earlier.
A few minutes ago, I could have swore you were saying that it doesn't make sense to make a reference to just cause in the grievance procedure language when we're eliminating just cause from the contract. And I think maybe you meant to say past practice.
No, I meant to say just cause.
Where's the deletion of the just cause reference in the grievance and arbitration procedure article?
There isn't,
We
there
didn't-
wasn't,
we didn't.
I don't think it's referenced in here at all. It wasn't in here before.
You're losing it. You said that you made a change.
no,
No,
the
no, I
change
made
to
a
the
change
grievance
to-
article had nothing to do with just cause.
But the change was in the discipline,
Right.
in Article 9.
Article 9 was the one that was,
When we took out the reference to just cause in the first paragraph, I searched for the phrase just cause and the rest of it and deleted it.
right, in Article 9. But you were asking for what other changes there were, and what we're saying is that the grievance article is different. But those differences are in paragraphs A and F, and they're underlined, so.
Maybe you need more time to look at our proposal.
Yeah, maybe. So, you want to take a break?
Sure. How long?
How long do we have till today?
12:30 or so?
Well, let's start with 15 minutes.
Okay, maybe we can change we can go back.
We'll
to
take a look at it.
Article 9 too.
We'll compare the start handout
Well, I mean, if you-
today and tell you if there's any changes to it.
The first question,
But let me point this out. When we left on the 30th, we weren't done bargaining. Okay? We're not done bargaining yet.
I don't know, we're still not done working, so what does that point out? What is it?
Well, I don't think you could expect that you could leave on the 30th and not sign off on stuff and not have a change between then and now.
Well, the understanding was, these are the things,
And you
the
can't-
message was from the county, that these are the things that we can't live without. We proposed a package deal, you went and caucused, we didn't ask for anything, you came back and said, look, these are the things that we can't live without.
Right, and you didn't respond to them at that point. You're responding to them today.
Well, and then you indicated that now it's whatever we present to you today, you're just gonna take it to your membership, that's what your email said.
Well,
that even
before I saw all of the radical changes that were in there, and my understanding was that what you were presenting today was a mirror of what you had presented on 11/30. I didn't know that you were going to start stripping things and striking things and.
Well, you keep changing your position, and we're allowed to respond to that. You started today trying to do it saying, is this our last and best offer? And I said, we're prepared to TA on this document.
I hadn't
It
even
doesn't
read the
represent our
document.
last and best offer.
Okay, what is your last and best offer?
We're still negotiating. I don't know what it is yet. I'll know it when I see it. And I'll know it when I know what you
There's
agreed
plenty of
to.
money to be made between now and then.
You can frame it any way you want.
All right,
but,
well, we'll
I
see,
don't know what your last and best offer is, so.
See you in 15.
I'll repeat, we're prepared to TA on the document we handed you today. We'll take a look at.
This document, we are absolutely not going to today.
Okay, well, in the break, we'll take a look at what we handed you on the 30th and see if we can modify anything we've handed you today.
Well, then, if that's the case, we'll wait for you, because all we have to talk about is what we don't like and what we're not willing to accept. If you're going to change things, then it makes more sense for us to wait for you to tell us what it is that you're going to reconsider.
It won't take us very long to do that. We'll be back shortly.
Well, we'll be there waiting.
Here's that. Here's that section, this sentence, where I get to review, to view nothing as a grievance.